All right, good evening. Thanks for joining us this evening. We're going to try to do a quick flight on VATSIM, an IFR flight from Richmond over to KORF, which is Norfolk, Virginia. We got a route set in here. We've already filed our flight plan. We're going to try to do the ILS to 05 tonight. Hopefully this will work out pretty well. It's been one of the first times I've tried an ILS approach in the Bonanza. We're going to fly the on Microsoft Flight Center, Microsoft Flight Sim 2020, the Bonanza G36 or the BE36. Yeah, this should be good. We filed for 7,000, going to direct HPW, direct Wakes, then direct Norfolk with vectors to the ILS to 05. So hopefully that'll work out well for us. We shall see. As we get started here, I'm gonna do this on. I've been flying on Pilot Edge, but we're gonna try VATSIM tonight. Did get connected. We got to figure out which center we're gonna be using, based upon where we are. I think we're gonna be on the DC center, not Jacksonville, not New York. DC center, probably 133.725. So let's see if we can't dial that in. 133.725. See if that actually dials in anything. One 133.725. Not hearing anything on there right now.
Delta 1402. Sorry, my mic was muted. Join localizer after Cape Charles and December 10, 2000.
That seems to be working. All right. We're going to copy our IFR here. Let's just see what we got. Should be going HPW. Okay, let's clear that out of here. So it's KRF. KORF, and that did not take our waypoints that we put in there, so we're gonna have to adjust that right away real quick too. So let's clear that out of
Delta 6889 on the rollout, the field will be 12 o'clock, 11 miles. Delta 68, we got field in sight now.
HPW
6887, clear visual approach. Runway 23. Clear visual approach runway 23, Delta 6887.
Right, and then I've got Wakes, WAIKS.
Center, JetBlue 6132, looks like New York Approach is asking me to switch over to their frequency. Yeah, sorry, I thought I switched you over. Contact New York 128.12. 128.12, 6132. Delta 5409 after Cape Charles, doing the localizer, runway 23, descend to maintain 2000. Okay, Charles, runway 553, descend to maintain 2000, 5409. Delta 6887, wind variable at 5, runway 23, clear to land. Clear to land, runway 23, Delta 687. Delta 1402, traffic 11 o'clock, 11 miles, southwestbound. It's a 8319 on final runway 23, sending through 2000. Delta 1402, we have the traffic. 1402, router, follow traffic, clear visual approach runway 23. Follow traffic, clear visual approach 23, Delta 1402.
Frequency there, so that'll work. I can go PDF and go CDI right here. on GPS mode for the most things here. All right, so we're going to be Norfolk. DC Center, Bonanza, 716 Delta Mike is on the ground in Richmond, ready to copy IFR.
Delta Mike, stand by. I think approach controller's coming up here.
Roger that, standing by.
Delta 1402, wind variable at 5, runway 23, clear to land. Runway 23, clear to land, Delta 1402. November 716 Delta Mike, you're clear to the Norfolk Airport. Delta 716 Delta Mike, you're clear to the Norfolk Airport, right vectors Hopewell in this file. Maintain 7,000. Departure this frequency, squawk 0572.
All right, we're cleared to Norfolk via radar vectors to HPW, climb to 7,000 or below, departure frequency I missed, and squawking 0572.
6 Delta Mike, read back, correct. Runway 34 at Mike. Call for taxi, Richmond, altimeter 3040.
3040, and I'll stay with you on the same frequency then for departure then, 716 Delta Mike.
Yeah, I might switch you over, but just remain this frequency for now.
Sounds good. I'll call you when I'm ready to taxi. 0572.
JetBlue 2020, descend via the Hyper 7 arrival. The Dulles altimeter 3040.
Descend via Hyper 7, 3040 on the altimeter, JetBlue 2020.
Southwest 6500, cross news at flight level 270.
Copy, news at 270.
Delta 5409 on the rollout. The field will be at your 12 o'clock, 11 miles.
Delta 5409, we've got a field set.
5409, clear visual approach, runway 23, and you're clear to land. Wind variable at 5.
This is visual approach, runway 23, and clear to land, runway 23, Delta 5409.
Zero, that is correct.
Bealing Washington Center, exact 725, it's flying level 400.
Exit to 725 Washington Center.
DC Center, Bonanza 716 Delta Mike is ready to taxi, currently sitting east ramp 4.
So that's runway 1. The 6 Delta Mike, contact, it's going to be Potomac departure 126.1. We'll talk to you in a bit. Delta Mike, Washington.
This is 716 Delta Mike. Are you asking me to switch frequencies now before I'm ready to taxi, or am I staying with you for that?
Yeah, just hold position, contact Washington, or correction, contact Potomac departure 126.1.
126.1, 716 Delta Mike.
Delta 464, Washington Center. I thought you keyed up there, squawk 0504.
Potomac approach, Bonanza 716 Delta Mike is at Richmond, ready to taxi. Already picked up IFR, copied IFR with the DC Center, and then he switched me over to you.
.463 is cruising.
Potomac approach, Bonanza 716 Delta Mike, radio check. Potomac approach, Bonanza 716 Delta Mike, radio check. Potomac approach, Bonanza 716 Delta Mike, radio check, please.
Aircraft Potomac approach is back.
Potomac approach, Bonanza 716 Delta Mike is on the ground at Richmond, ready to taxi. Already picked up IFR, copied IFR with the DC Center, and he switched me back over to you for departure.
Air 716 Delta Mike. What runway would you like for departure? Runway 2 or runway 16? Correction, runway 34, runway 16.
Probably runway 34, currently parked at the east ramp 4.
6 Delta Mike, runway 34, taxi via Mike.
Runway 34, taxi via Mike, 716 Delta Mike. Right, Yui. Okay, so we worked that out. Took a little bit. That is one of the major differences I see with Pilot Edge versus VATSIM. Pilot Edge, you use 100% real world frequencies at all times. So you pull that up in ForeFlight, whatever the ground, whatever the tower, whatever anything is, that's the frequency you're going to tune. Whereas when you get on VATSIM, you're going to be at the mercy of whatever controllers are online. You try to look at the online map, see where there's coverage, which I did. DC Center was the one covering the area. He gave me my IFR clearance, so I copied that down, but then before he would let me taxi, he handed me off to Potomac. Obviously, Potomac was just coming online, and so he had some communication issues there, but he's finally back online. So we're taxiing to runway 34 via Mike for an IFR departure, and we'll probably take vectors out of here to HPW, as that's what he told me. So we will listen up and follow our headings as described. And if we have any altitude restrictions. He didn't tell me any altitude restrictions, but we're going to give him a call here in just a minute. Potomac approach, tell him that we're number 1 for departure and holding short runway 34 at Mike, and we'll get out, go get airborne and see if we can't get out of here. Climb up to 7,000. I filed this as IFR. It's probably pretty clear, but I just wanted to do an IFR flight tonight. We could probably fly this VFR based on the conditions I see right now, but no worries. It's only about a 33-minute flight, 79 nautical miles, so not too bad. I'm going to skip the run-up tonight just because, for the sake of time, I've already flown tonight. This aircraft is doing just fine. So let's get ready to call up Potomac approach and tell him we're holding short at runway 34 at Mike. Potomac approach, Bonanza 716 Delta Mike, number 1 for departure, holding short, runway 34 at Mike.
6 Delta Mike, runway 34, cleared for takeoff, fly runway heading.
Clear for takeoff, fly runway heading, 716 Delta Mike. Alright, so we're going to get on the runway. Mixture's full, Rich. Lights are on. Lights, camera, action. We're going to stop just before we get here. We're going to sync up our heading bug so that we're flying runway heading.
900 feet remaining.
Probably wouldn't have to quite stop to do it, but just to make sure we get it really quickly and easy and smoothly, we will, oops, get ourselves around here. I killed the throttle a little too soon there before we got completely lined up. All right, there's center line on 3-4. And we'll go PFD, and we'll go heading bug sync, and we are synced, and here we go. Power is set, flaps are up, mixture's rich, props are forward, takeoff power is set, and we are looking for 73 BR, rotate speed. There's 55, 63, 64, 73, we'll rotate. Tap the brakes, positive rate, gears coming up. We are off. Now we need to trim a little bit for our climb. I'm using the Logitech multi-panel, which has the autopilot features as well as trim wheel that I really like. Right away ahead, we're getting a little bit of a crosswind there. I'm gonna have to crab to the left a little. Not pre-select an altitude here. Let's go ahead and dial one in of about 6,000 just in case. And we can go heading bug. And let's see what we get. Approach should give us something to go on here momentarily. And BS that at 500, 600. Let's hold at 3,000 until he gives us a heading here. So if you're joining in, we're flying this tonight on VATSIM. We flew earlier tonight out on the West Coast on Pilot Edge. I really enjoy Pilot Edge. I highly recommend it. VATSIM's nice too. Don't get me wrong. I'm not.
6 Delta Mike, turn right, heading 090.
Right, 090, 716 Delta Mike. On the heading bug.
November 825 Hotel, Potomac. This is the Potomac approach. I believe you're trying to call Philly. Philly's offline, sir.
Going to pull our RPMs back to about 2,500, get our manifold pressure down to about 24. Make an extra just a little bit here. RPMs at 25. There we go. So we don't overspeed too much.
6 Delta Mike. Turn right, heading 180.
Right, heading 180, 716 Delta Mike.
And 6 Delta Mike, radar contact 2,700, climb and maintain 7,000.
I'm going to maintain 7,000, 716 Delta Mike.
Potomac approach, JetBlue 2020, descending 14,000 via the Hyper 7.
JetBlue 2020, Potomac, hello, Dallas altimeter is 3040, descend via the Hyper 7 arrival, expect the ILS runway 1 right.
Expect 1 right and 3040 on the altimeter, JetBlue 2020.
There's 6 Delta Mike, clear Hotel Papa Whiskey VOR.
Clear direct, Hotel Papa Whiskey VOR, 716 Delta Mike. Alright, so we're in nav mode now. We're going to intercept with our magenta line.
Aircraft looking for Philadelphia Tower. Philadelphia Tower is offline.
We are climbing, maintaining 7,000. We will intersect with our magenta line here now. That's good. Alright. While that's going on, let's take a look, see how things are going here. Look out, we got one joining us on the live stream tonight. Thank you for joining in. Hope things are coming through nice and clear. I'm kind of new to the streaming thing. Definitely learning a few things. I'm streaming to both Twitch and to YouTube right now. I am a real pilot, but I am a pilot in training. I have my student pilot license, and I have about 16 and a half hours, and I have soloed a few times, and tomorrow actually going on a cross country with my CFI as he gets me ready for a cross country solo, and hopefully by sometime in the spring, if the winter weather will cooperate and I can get enough hours in here between spring and early summer, hope to have my PPL completed and all the way in. So thanks for joining us. If you got questions, feel free to ping me here on the chat. Ask questions. Tell me what you'd like to see. Tell me things I'm doing right, things I'm doing wrong. I enjoy the flight sim. I usually fly Pilot Edge the most. But that makes me fly on the West Coast, and I actually live in Ohio. So I wanted to try something on the East Coast. I get tired of flying in California. It's not really my place, but that's where a lot of the Pilot Edge stuff is. I do have a subscription to Pilot Edge, and you can fly a lot of the western states outside of California as well. Colorado, I've flown that quite a bit, but just wanted to try something different and try the East Coast, and looked on Friday night. VATSIM seemed to have a lot of coverage, so we're giving it a shot tonight. I've flown VATSIM a few other times. Nothing really bad to say. I think it's pretty good stuff. I enjoy the real ATC and talking to people. It's really nice to practice your radio calls online here as you're doing your live streams, and flying in Microsoft Flight Simulator just adds a whole lot of that realism to it. So let's take a look outside the plane here and see what we see. Just the drone cam a little bit and check things out. So that would be Richmond, where we just departed. We're flying real world weather. The only thing I did was adjust the time right now so that I could fly in the daylight. Didn't really want to fly in the dark. I guess I could, but what the heck, I just thought it'd be kind of nice to fly in the daylight, see some scenery in this side of the world. And yeah, I fly a lot in the real world commercially for work, and I've flown into the Richmond area. I've flown all over the East Coast, Charlotte, down in Florida a lot. And I work a lot with airplanes. That's what kind of inspired me to get my pilot's license. Had the opportunity working in the contracting world for the Department of Defense, and I work a lot with different aircraft, and I'm on Air Force bases a lot, and just really piqued my interest. And yeah, so this past August I started my path to getting my PPL. I'm learning in a Citabria, which is a tailwheel aircraft. I see if I convinced me that if I was going to learn to fly, I should learn in a tailwheel, because it would make me a better pilot. And to everything I can tell thus far, I think he's right. I have definitely learned a lot, learning the stick and rudder skills, and it's been a lot of fun, and I highly recommend it if you ever get the opportunity to take it. All right, so we should be intersecting our magenta line here. Hopefully you can see the iPad. You're coming directly right at that magenta line. You can see it coming in over on the MFD here. If we minimize our flight display, you'll see the line here. We should intersect with that and start slowly rolling to our left here momentarily. We have the CDI on GPS mode, and yeah, here comes our left-hand turn. We're rolling left, and we have reached our 7,000 feet in altitude. I probably should have went with a flight level change. I did a vertical speed of 1,000 feet per minute, which is a little aggressive. We got our airspeed was still fine, but we were down to about 120 knots there. We're currently covering the ground now at about 141. As we've leveled out, we should be picking up some airspeed now. We're at 6,500. Based on what I'm seeing here, the altimeter doesn't check up probably quite as right. If I hit the barometric pressure there, that's going to force us to climb some more. I went with the altimeter that the game. So the difference is I adjusted the time. So the barometric pressure from this morning was probably far different than it is right now. 3040 was the altimeter at the current time, but that's not 7,000 feet. And this corresponds more with our GPS altitude here on the iPad now, which we're climbing 6,800 on our way to 7,000. So we should kind of sync up, even though I'm not putting in the barometric pressure that they gave me on the ground with the ATC, but that'll be okay. This should get us for where we need to go tonight. So we're cleared direct HPW. You can see that coming up there. If we take a look in the MFD and the G1000, you'll see that I pre-programmed that in, and then from there we will go. We were supposed to be wakes, so I need to probably add that approach in there, or add that into there. Enter. I'm not sure why wakes is not showing up. Well, we may have to do some hand flying from there, because HPW is going to want to turn us from there. That is not going to be right. We may have to make a heading adjustment on our own to fly direct to there, so let's go ahead and take a look. Sometimes there's so...
KRIC Delta Mike, contact Washington Center 133.72, good day.
Washington Center 133.72, 716 Delta Mike. Washington Center, Bonanza 716 Delta Mike is level 7,000.
Number 716 Delta Mike, Washington Center, Norfolk, altimeter 3038.
3038, 716 Delta Mike. Course is 183, so I'm going to go ahead and get on my heading book here of 183 so that I can dial that just in case. I think I'm going to have to fly that heading here. On my heading bug there. And I'll have to go off in nav mode to do that, but then I can do a direct in there after a while once we get to HPW and make that turn. We hit HPW in 2.7 miles, we'll hit that, and then I'll make the adjustment, throw us in the nav mode and get us direct in there to Wakes, and then hopefully we can fix our GPS issues here. Adjust our manifold pressure here to about 22. And yeah, so 1.4 miles there as we approach.
And Washington Center, Air Canada 756 at flight level 340.
Air Canada 756, 756, Washington Center.
Let's see if we can't get a cool picture here. It's a good looking shot right there. Some another good shots right here. Look at that sun reflection. Is that awesome or what? Right there, take that shot. That's a good shot. All right, 16 miles HPW. Let's go to heading mode now. We should make a right-hand turn. That should get us right down to Wakes. Let's get over here in our MFD and go direct to there. I'm just going to go menu and delete flight plan and direct to Wakes and enter. Go back to nav mode here and see if we can't complete our transition to Wakes. Definitely having a little bit of a bug there with the GPS. Don't know really what's going on.
Good evening, DC Center. This is American 1322, requesting IFR clearance to Charlotte.
There's a shot. Super nice shot. Get another one of that. I'm using the Elgato Stream Deck, and I have a few buttons set up to be able to swap around inside my cockpit, but I also put a picture shot there where I can just tap a button and off I got a shot, and I kind of like that.
American 1801, I'm sorry, were you calling?
All right, so if you are watching here, I picked up a few weeks back, well, it's been right before Thanksgiving now, I picked up the Logitech radio panel. Highly recommend that
American 1322, looking for
if you're
clearance to
using
Charlotte.
ATC at all.
Yeah, that's the furnace.
It's fundamental to have such a thing as that when you're tuning these radios, because it's really hard clicking the mouse wheel
American
buttons on these
1801,
radios.
American 1322, stand by. Rouge 1517, cross Trish at 12000. The Baltimore altimeter 3041.
All right, so we're going to get another heading bug here.
Rouge 517, cross Trish at 12000.
124 is going to be the heading there to Norfolk.
Taking on the waypoint, we shot 17.
Trish.
Cross Trish at 12,000.
124, so left to 124.
6 Delta Mike, expect the ILS, runway 5 approach.
All right, we'll expect the runway 5 for the ILS, 716 Delta Mike.
United 687, descend via the Hyper 7 arrival, Dulles altimeter 3040.
Descend via the Hyper 7, United
So I
687.
already did set my frequency there, and
one
now
Golf
to
X-ray needs lower.
109.1. That will be the ILS for
One.
runway 5. So we're making 169 knots over the ground. We are
One Golf
currently
X-ray,
at
pilot's discretion, descent and maintain
22 inches manifold
10,000,
pressure,
one Golf X-ray.
2,500 RPMs.
Tap 231, you on frequency.
We should be doing pretty good here.
Hello, sir. This is Airport 231.
231, welcome aboard.
Good evening, Washington Center, American 1801. Over at Reagan, requesting IFR. I'm Charlotte.
American 1801, Washington Center, roger. American 1322, you're clear to the Charlotte Airport, Grand 5 departure, that is file, maintain 5,000.
KORF.
Expect your cruise in 10 minutes, departure this frequency, squawk 0523.
Cleared to Charlotte, Crane 5, then a file will initial climb 5,000. Expect our cruising of 260, 10 minutes after we're squawking 0523 and departure with you for American 1322.
American 1322, runway 1, call for taxi, national altimeter 3043.
We'll call for taxi for only one American 1322.
1 Golf X-ray, it's going to be 10,250 knots, sorry about that.
10,250 Flacco, 1 Golf X-ray.
Up to 463 Alpha, leaving my
This is killing
airspace,
me.
radar service is terminated, frequency change approved.
GPS is not exactly working well tonight, but that's all right. We're going to handle this with a heading turn. So we're going to need to turn. We'll just prep ourselves here. We want a course heading of 124. So we'll make a left-hand turn at 124 at 3.7 miles. And then we'll have about a 40 mile stint, I think, on the end.
JetBlue 238, cross news at flight level 270.
Alright, news 270, JetBlue 230.
So I don't think I was finishing up there. I have the Logitech radio panel. I have the Logitech multi-panel, which has your autopilot settings, your heading, nav mode, altitude select,
Delta
vertical speed.
1801,
It's got your flaps,
Washington
got a
Center,
trim
clear to
wheel.
the Charlotte Airport.
That's really handy. Running the
Cram 5
Logitech
departure, then this
Toronto
file.
quadrant.
Maintain 5,000, expect flight level 270 in 10 minutes. After
Hoping I
departure,
can pick up
departure
the
this frequency, squawk
Bravo throttle
0574.
quadrant later this coming year, in the next few months when it becomes readily available. I'm running the
Cleared to
Honeycomb
Charlotte via
Alpha
Scram.
yoke, and that is
Once that's
fantastic.
Scram 5 departure.
All right, we're going to get ready here. 1 mile to come up on our left on
Scram
heading
5
124.
departure. Blanche transition as filed. Climb maintain 5,000 with that 270, 10 after departure. Departure is on you, 0504 in the box for American 1801.
American 1801, read back correct, runway 1, call for taxi, national altimeter 3043.
We'll call for a taxi for runway 1 for
4.3.
American 1801.
I'm
Just
watching
advising
fourth
we are
flight over
pushing
here.
to start.
I guess that means we're flying or slant forward
Number 1
flying.
Golf X-ray contact. It's going to be Potomac approach 126.1, Sim.
There's our left-hand turn to left to 124.
JetBlue 463, 122.8. Thank you. Have a good day, Merry Christmas.
All right, let's see if we can't get a direct in here to K. KORF. Frank Kilo Oscar Romeo Foxtrot, which is Norfolk, and KORF, not K.
United 6012 contact, Potomac approach 126.1.
Enter activate. There's a direct.
126.1, United 612, thank you very much for the control, sir. Have a good night.
All right, so let's pull up here real quick. We want to get the show plate, and for the ILS 05, which is what we're going to do. 109.1 is our frequency. Let's grab the iPad over here a little bit closer where I can see what I got here. Let's make sure we're tracking like we're supposed to. We seem to be. So we're going to brief this approach. So we want 109.1. That's tuned in already.
JetBlue
On our
238,
nav.
contact Boston Center
Nav
134.7.
So we'll flip the CDI over to VLOT for that. So 109.1, and let's look at heading should be 227 on the heading bug. We can go nav now because we have direct Norfolk in there, so we can go 227 on the heading bug now. Just to have that set. There's 227 pre-tagged on the heading bug there, so that will be the direction that we're going to be flying in toward the runway. Actually, that's outbound, so that's not exactly a true case, so we'll have to look at it. It's 047. .047 is our heading.
Rouge
And
517,
we
cross
need to be at
Baltimore,
2100
10,250 knots.
Cross
Completely.
Baltimore at 10,250 on the speed, Rouge 517.
So we're going to listen up for altitude coming in from our ATC. But 2100, we're going to intercept the localizer at 1600. So 1600 is what we're going to intercept the localizer at. That's our
Rouge
altitude.
489, cross Trish at 12,000, the Baltimore altimeter 3041.
Trish at 12,000, Rouge 49.
Washington Center, JetBlue 178 over Greensboro, VOR flight level 370.
JetBlue 178, Washington Squawk 0532. November 716 Delta Mike, fly heading 130, vectors ILS runway 5.
Heading 130 vectors to final, 716 Delta Mike.
United 687, contact Potomac 126.1.
126.1 for United 687. Thanks so much. Have a good night.
Good night, JetBlue 178, radar contact as reported.
JetBlue 178, thanks.
Rouge 49, requesting the river visual.
Rouge 517, expect the river visual, runway 19, national altimeter 3043.
517, expecting the river visual 19.
30.
And Rouge 49, requesting the river visual.
Rouge 49, expect that.
Roger. American 1801, requesting taxi Reagan.
American 1801, runway 1, taxi via southbound Juliet, cross runway 4.
Juliet cross 4 for
Air Portugal 230, proceed direct Delro. Proceed direct Delro and descend via the Hyper 7 route.
Sorry there, I had a little bit of a text come in, so I had to...
This confirm, direct Delro,
Yes, sir.
Royal direct Delro, Hyper 1.
6 Delta Mike, fly heading 140.
Heading 140, 716 Delta Mike.
Washington Center, Rouge 1679 with you, flight level 370, about 30 miles south of Charlotte.
Rouge 1679, Washington Center, welcome aboard.
Let's take a look outside the plane there as we come into the
Ridge 517, speed 200 knots.
Norfolk area.
200 on the speed, Ridge 517.
Zoom in here and get us a good shot. Nope. All right, we are about 27 miles from our destination. That should be probably what we're seeing off to our left over there. We will be going straight out here and then making a left-hand turn as we intercept the ILS for this runway 05. He should be giving us some altitude changes here momentarily. Expecting some. That may not be the runway quite there. That's close, but I think it is actually. I'm gonna go on a limb and say that's probably the.
Air Canada 756, cross Trish at 12000, Baltimore altimeter 3041.
Could you repeat that, Air Canada 756?
Cross Trish at 12000, Baltimore altimeter 3041.
3041 cross Trish at
715 is the latest.
what was
If we were on pilot edge, we would jump over and pick that up.
12,000.
12,000. Air Canada 756.
Ridge 517, descend to maintain 5,000.
5,000, Ridge 517.
Norfolk, Virginia, a place I've never been.
In 1801, just check your transponder. It's 0574, please.
Can you say the transponder one last time for 1801? Also, we're waiting for our buddy behind us. He's the set up to restart. He just rejoined. Might be a little short here, but go say the squawk one last time.
0574.
All right, he's vectoring us straight to
And American 1322 is ready to
Cali,
taxi
looks like, if I had to guess, based on the
American
heading that
1322,
we're
runway
heading.
1, taxi via Juliet, cross runway 4.
I should be descending soon.
Juliet cross runway 4 for American 13. And 1801, we have 0574 in the box.
Are you ready to go, sir?
All right, seems to be going pretty good. Hopefully we will
Once
get
he's about to cross 4,
get
we'll
some
do it.
instructions to start descending down here shortly, as we're supposed to be around 3,000.
Yeah, just make it quick. I got somebody coming in on the 19, and they're going to be pointing right towards you. So, runway 1, clear for takeoff, wind 3406.
Clear for takeoff on 1, American 1801. Tomorrow night.
Switch my fuel tank there. I meant to switch that sooner.
6 Delta Mike, pilot's discretion, descend and maintain 3000.
Pilot's discretion, descend and maintain 3,000, 716 Delta Mike. All right, so 3,000 on the altitude. And vertical speed down. Go down at 1,000. I go down at 1,200 actually. And we're going to have to pull back on some RPMs or we'll overspeed big time. So let's drop that back. And I need to get in on the PFD there and adjust this by 200 feet. Nope. 3,000 on the pre-select. And we're descending at 1,200 feet per minute. All right, there's our runway off to our left, just off our left wing out there in front, at about our, that'll be about our 10 o'clock.
Rouge 517, descend and maintain 3,000.
3,000, Rouge 517. Airport to Wells, 51, right to 7.
Portugal 231, descend via the Hyper 7, arrival Dulles, altimeter 3040.
Roger, to
Pulled our throttle back a little bit more.
Airport to Wells, 51.
Found about 18 and a half.
6 Delta Mike, descend and maintain 2,000, turn left heading 080.
2,000 left heading, repeat the heading please, Fur.
080, and join the localizer.
080 and join the localizer, 716 Delta Mike.
American 1801, radar contact, what's your altitude?
American 1801, passing through 4.
American 1801, roger, maintain full level 270.
All right, we're going off GPS mode here.
270, American
Back
1801.
our localizer
Rouge
there.
517, turn right heading 330.
And we should be able to
Right
hit
turn
nav
330,
mode now,
517.
and we should join the
American
localizer.
1322, runway 1, line up and wait.
Line up and wait, runway 1, American 1322.
2,000.
6 Delta Mike, you're 8 miles from the marker. Send and maintain 2,000 to establish. Cleared ILS runway 5 approach.
Send and maintain 2,000 until established on the ILS, 716 Delta Mike.
Rouge 489. Not sure if I gave it to you, but cross Baltimore 10,250.
We have the ILS now.
National altimeter is 3043.
Baltimore 10,250, message from him.
All right, we want to get 2,000 on that. All right, where's our
1322, runway
glide
1,
slope
clear for
is
takeoff,
at
13406.
P
Clear for takeoff, runway 1, American 13.
at PA.
Number 6 Delta Mike, wind variable at 5, runway 5, clear to land.
Runway 5, clear to land, 716 Delta Mike. Thank you. Okay, we're going to get ready to go into approach mode here soon. Keep descending on down.
Rouge 517, speed 180 knots.
Definitely got to get some more
180 on
speed
speed,
off
we
here.
shot
We need to
some
get down to about 150. 154 to be exact is where we can drop the gear. So we're descending on down to our 2,000, then we'll intercept the localizer. PEAAY is where we will actually intercept
American
and hit the
1322
glide slope
airborne
from
with
there.
you.
So if I can get down to 2,000 here before then would be great.
American 1322,
Think we
radar
are gonna
contact.
make it.
Maintain full level 260 and give me a good rate up.
Good rate up to 260, American 1322.
Rouge 517, turn left heading 220.
Last one 220, Rouge 517.
2,300, almost to 2. We should be leveling out here in just a minute as we get ready to intersect. And there we are. We're definitely slowing up. And we'll bring in some more power. Mixture rich. And we'll go into approach mode here. And there's our approach.
Center, please confirm what runway can expect.
Alright, and we'll go gear down.
231,
First notch
just
flat
stand
for
by. I'm going to
approach.
switch you to approach here in a couple minutes.
Alright, and I'm looking for about 18 inches on the manifold pressure here. And bring some RPMs back. I want to get down to about 110 knots. Gear is down, flaps are in approach mode.
Rouge
We are
517, on the rollout, the
descending
river will
just
be
fine
about
here.
12 o'clock and 6 knots.
Got the river, Rouge 517.
Rouge 517, cleared river visual, runway 19.
Clear river visual 19, Rouge 517.
Air Portugal 231, contact Potomac approach 12641.
Roger 126.1, Airport West 51, perfect.
All right, we're right on the money there on our 110. I'm liking what I'm seeing. So I'm just gonna hold this. I can see the pappy lights down there. And I got 2 red, 2 white. As we approach into here. We are on the ILS. We'll add just a touch of power here.
Canada Flight 17, expect the ILS for
2-mile
runway 1
final
approach.
runway. Okay. Right on in, bringing it right on in. We're lined up nice and pretty. Up here on this view. 4, 10. I'll get ready to dump our last set of flaps here. That'll bring us down into the 80s.
Rouge 517, wind 340 at 6, runway 19, clear to land.
Climb runway 19, Rouge 517.
100 feet. All right, let's get ready to get autopilot off. Leave it for another minute. And we are looking good, looking good. All right, autopilot is off. Airplane. Runway is made. Displace threshold, hold her off, hold her off, hold her off. We're going to touch right on the numbers.
Rouge 481, speed 200
There we are.
knots.
We are down. Very nice, very nice.
Rouge 489, sorry, 489, speed 200 knots.
200 knots, Rouge 49.
Rouge 489 at 200, descend and maintain 3000.
At 200, descend and maintain
We
3000.
don't want off here.
Yes.
That's the runway. I thought that was a taxiway. We will go a little bit to the next. Thought that was the taxiway, but it is a runway. Wasn't realizing there was an intersecting runway right there. Let's see if we can't get down here. Be a taxiway coming up here.
Washington Center, Southwest 536, radio check.
5x5.
Thank you, sir. We're at Baltimore. I think I just realized I didn't file. I'll file and give you a call back.
Southwest 536,
We're at Bravo.
Roger. Potomac on 126.1 is covering Baltimore today.
Perfect. We'll tune in, man. Thank you.
Yep, 6 Delta Mike, welcome Norfolk. It's going to be Charlie to the ramp. We'll see you.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate your help. Charlie to the ramp, 716 Delta Mike.
Air Canada 756, cross Baltimore 10,250 knots. National altimeter
Bring it out a little bit
3043.
for ground pops here. And
Could you repeat that? Couldn't hear you.
Cross Baltimore 10,250 knots.
what have we got for parking here?
Across Baltimore 10,000.
We're gonna go up by the fire station, I
50
guess,
knots.
because I don't even see GA parking here at this place. We'll go up by the fire station though and park up here. All right, yeah, that was a pretty nice flight. IFR on VATSIM. No major complaints. Hopefully anybody watching and was able to enjoy a little bit of it, and hopefully the live stream was not too bad. Like I said, I'm pretty new at this live streaming stuff, but I'm hoping to get a little bit better at it. Got a full-time job. I don't think my full-time job will ever be live streaming, but enjoy playing the flight sims. Thought it'd be kind of fun to put some videos out there of my flying. I enjoy watching a lot of other YouTube videos and Twitch videos of people playing their flight sims, and oh, why not? we'll just try it and have a little fun with it. I'm an IT guy by profession, so if it comes to technology, I like it, I love it, that's my kind of thing. So getting all this set up was a lot of fun for me, and hope you enjoyed the stream tonight. Hope you enjoyed the flight. We'll probably do some more flying this week. I'm going to be off work some next week as we head into the Christmas holidays, so I'll have a little bit of time there that I'll spend doing a little flying.
There's 517 Juliet to the ramp, cross runway 4.
All right.
Juliet to the ramp, cross 4. We'll see ya.
I'm gonna park her here because we are a GA aircraft and we're not parking at the big old terminal, but let's bring her down here and we'll bring her down to an idle and cut the fuel mixture, and we'll see what we can do to clean the plane up here. All right, let's make sure our flaps are in the up position, and get down here on our switches, and we'll go ahead and turn our taxi landing lights off. Strobe lights are off, and mags are off. Mixture's cut. Parking brake needs to be set. Parking brake is set. Beacon lights coming off. Avionics going off. And the plane should be shutting down. All right. Just like that, we have completed our flight. We will take a little quick look on the outside here of Norfolk. I'm originally from Arkansas, so we have a Norfolk, Arkansas, and then this is Norfolk, F-O-L-K. So guess you can only clean me up so much and then I'll get it wrong, right? So pretty neat area. Guessing the GA terminal was probably across the runway area that way, would be my guess. But we didn't make that taxiway cut off there. I almost turned on the runway, but we could have probably took a right-hand taxi, but we followed our ATC instructions. He said taxi back via Charlie, so we'll just park it here and call it a good day. Norfolk is, I think this is where we have a Navy station here, if I'm not mistaken. So we should be able to see, and that looks like maybe something out there in the distance. We guess we should see some naval ships in the area. Maybe I'll have to fly around in this area sometime and just check it all out. So again, normally I fly pilot edge, and I'm usually out on the west side of the country flying, but I wanted to do something different on the East Coast, and so VATSIM went out tonight for the second flight. We flew an earlier flight tonight on pilot edge and had a good time out there. We flew VFR out there, did VFR flight following on pilot edge, which was a lot of fun.